take some time now to settle the body. Sit in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you, and place the hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice. So that may be with the first finger pointed to the base of the thumb and the rest of the fingers outstretched with the palm facing up or down. Closing the eyes and making sure that the spine is straight and then the head and neck are in alignment with the spine. Also checking that the shoulders are back and down but relaxed. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all of the events and activities that have happened for you today. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time when you exhale, release all of the conversations and interactions that you've had, whether they've been in person, on the phone, or in a digital space. Just let them all go. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation, of anything that you feel like you need to do after this class. Release them all so that you can be right here in this moment. There's nothing else that you need to do right now, but to be right here and feel the benefits of this class. Give yourself this time. And we'll scan the awareness through the body. And as we do this, please take notice of any feelings of pain or irritation or anything in the body, just so that you can listen to your body as we go through the class. And if there is anything that does not suit your body, please either do something else or even visualize the practice, because that can be just as effective. So we'll begin by scanning the awareness through the soles of the feet and gently raising the awareness up through the legs. And now into the hands and the fingers, and moving the awareness up through the arms to the shoulders, and moving the awareness up through the torso, including the spine, focusing on each vertebrae on the way up. And now bringing the awareness gently into the neck and around the back of the head, and also into the face. And then gently bring the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti, and I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to the wisdom traditions, to protect our practices, and to pay respect between teacher and student teacher, so we can all learn together. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, tejasvinadvadhitamastu ma vedvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And the theme of this class is going to be on the chakras. So we'll do a range of practices that focus on each one. There are different varying levels of stages in these practices. So for some, I will just show the first stage, and then for others, I will show a couple of different stages. But again, remember to listen to your body and watch the demonstration first, and then feel your way through. And if it's not right for you, again, as I said previously, either do something else or just visualize the practice. So to begin with, we will do what is called the camel pose. So for this one, I can't do the full one, but this one's for Anahat, which is the heart chakra, which is said to be in the middle of the chest. So for this one, I will demonstrate. So this Shakti is asleep here on the cushion. So for this one, you stand up on your knees. So if you do have issues with your knees, you can always put a cushion or something under there, if that's better for you. The toes are sort of on the floor, so the heels are high. Then making sure that you are up straight. I recommend just trying with the one side first. So let's begin with the right side because I'm facing this way. You bring the arm up, back, and around, and then hold it if you can, but just sort of put your hand on your heel and raise the arm up. So I'll try and give you a better view. So that's around. So my hand is on my heel and I'm looking forward, raising the arm up. To come out, just bring the arm back around. And then you do the same on the other side. So again, this is my right side. Heels are high, as you can see. Bringing my arm back around, putting it on the heel there. Facing forward and arm up. So complete 3 rounds on each side, just to get a feel for this new practice. And focus on, if you can, the heart chakra anahat as you do this practice. When you've completed, come back to the base position with the legs out in front of the body and the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. And close the eyes and just take a few moments to just feel the movement of energy around the body and also give the knees a rest. I don't know about you, but as I get older, my knees are a little bit tender when I kneel on them. So just give them a little rest there. Next, we'll do the butterfly posture just to open the hips a little. So bringing the feet together, the soles of the feet together. Clasping the hands around the feet and allowing the knees to fall towards the floor. Just allowing the knees to sort of ease into the position first. And then inhaling and bringing the knees towards the arms. Exhaling, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor. Complete another 9 rounds in this way. And this practice can help with Swadhisthana, which is the sacral chakra. Which is said to be located in the perineum. And this practice is also said to help, particularly in women, help release buildup of any sort of emotions or hormones as well. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I heard in a yoga class in India. So it's just a good practice. And if you plan to sit and meditate as well, this practice can really help to open the hips and allow you to sit for much longer as well. And when you've completed this practice, bring the knees together and bring the legs along the floor and place the hands behind the buttocks again. And again, just feel the effects of the practice. Our next practice will be the boat pose. Excuse me. The next practice will be the boat pose. So this is for Manipura. So Manipura is the navel. So for this one, I will demonstrate first. It's good to begin lying down. I know. Lying down. And for this one, you'll be raising the top half of your body and the bottom half at the same time. So inhale and then raise the feet off the floor and raise the arms. Hold for a few seconds and then release. It's quite a strong practice and it really works on your core. So of course it's Manipura, so it's all around your navel. So just hold for whatever length or duration is right for you. And then as you exhale, you release the body into the floor. Complete 3 rounds of this, trying to hold a little bit longer with each round. But again, it's quite a new practice for this class. And when you've completed that, lie in Shavasana for a few moments just to recover, because it can be quite strong. And again, just feel any changes in the body as a result of that practice. And now we'll do a counter pose for that. So if you come onto your hands and knees, we will complete Majjariyasana, the cat posture. So making sure that your hands are directly below the shoulders and your knees are directly below the hips and your back is straight, your head is in a neutral position. Inhale, bring the head up towards the ceiling and point the abdomen down towards the floor, stretching through the arms. Exhale, bring the head in between the arms, arching the back up. And again, stretching through the arms. This is 1 round. Complete 5 rounds in this way. And focus the awareness on the stretching of the spine and the abdomen and even through the arms and the shoulders. and trying to coordinate the breath with the movement to bring together the body, mind, and the breath. And in your own time, when you reach your 5th round, come back into child posture, Shashankasana, with the buttocks on the heels, the arms along the floor, and the forehead on the floor. And allow the body to sink into that position. This is a relaxation posture. So release any tension in the body and allow the body to melt into the floor. And now, when it's right for you, come up into a standing position. But as you do, we'll do head to foot pose. So for head to foot pose, the top half of the body hangs over the bottom half of the body. Feet are about hip width apart. And you just allow the body to hang. You may like to clasp the elbows with the other hand if you don't want your arms to go on the floor. Or another variation is to do the same, but behind the knees. And then just allow the body to hang and feel gravity really stretching to the back of your legs. And then when it's right for you, gently stand up, rolling up very gently. Stand behind Shakti. So now that you're standing, just check in. So make sure the feet are hip width apart and that the spine is straight and the head and neck is in line with the spine. And allow the arms to hang by the sides. Shoulders are back and down, but they're relaxed, so you're opening the chest. We're going to now do a squatting pose, but as there is a very wide range of squat for this practice. So you just have to work within what is right for your body. So maybe bring the feet wider than hip width apart. Again, keeping the torso straight. The first squat could just be just a little one. Bringing the hands in prayer position, holding for a few seconds, and then standing up. If that works and you feel like you can go a little bit lower, the next time go a bit lower. If not, to stay wherever suits your body. Again, going a little bit deeper. Hold. And coming up. And this practice helps Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana is located at the base of the spine. Again, if you can go lower, hold, and back up. The full practice for this is so you turn the feet out towards the side, sort of 45-degree angle, and you bring the palms together and you bring the elbows inside of the knees. That's the full practice. But if that's not right for you, please don't. But if it's okay, test it out and then stand up again. Now complete 3 rounds at the level that is right for you. Trying to hold the practice a little bit longer than the last one. But again, if it's painful, please do not do that. Just work within your range of movement. And when you've finished your squats for that practice, come back to a standing position with the arms down by the side and just observe the movement of energy around the legs in that practice. And our next practice is the tree pose, which is the one-legged prayer pose. So for this one, this is for Muladhara, which is the root chakra. So for this one, find a point on the wall where you are that's not moving. And we'll begin with the right leg. So balancing on the left. Bring the right leg, the sole of the right foot on the inside of the left leg. So wherever it actually suits you, whatever works for you. And it might be just on the floor, inside the ankle, or it might be further up the leg. But whatever you do, don't put it on the inside of your knee because it can add extra pressure there and do some damage. So where you find your point, which is right, put the sole of the foot there, come into prayer position, and then raise, if you're right with that, raise above the head and hold and complete 3 rounds on each leg. And so this helps with the Ajna chakra, which is the eyebrow center. So you can see how that would do that because it's just that fix, that concentration, also known as dharana, fixing that gaze to remain steady. After your final round, in your own time, take your time, but after you've finished 3 rounds on both sides, lie down in Shavasana. Again, just to take some time for the body to rest. And just noticing what's going on for you now throughout your body and also throughout your mind, because we have completed some practices in this class that we haven't really done before. So just observe how your mind responded to those. And our final practice will be a shoulder stand, but I'll show different levels of this before I show the full practice. So this happens when you're lying down. So it's just an inverted inversion. So this is for the Vishuddhi, which is the throat chakra. So there are different ways we can work Vishuddhi. It doesn't have to be a full shoulder stand. So one way is to, let me move, a simple inversion posture is to place the hands flat on the floor underneath the buttocks and just lift the feet off the floor. And then, if it's right for you, just tip the buttocks a bit further back so that the feet are in line with your eyes. You can still see them. And making sure that the head is flat on the floor. And just holding for however is right for you. So this is one way. The full shoulder stand involves coming up onto your back and then again having the feet in line with your eyes so you can see them. But sort of you're on the small of the top of your back to do this. If you were right to do that, please do that and try it out, but be very careful of your neck and your head. And then when you are rolling back down, put the hands flat on the floor and then gently roll the back down on the floor and then lie in Shavasana. For the full practice, just do one round and hold it for whatever's right for you. For the first stage of the practice, complete 3 rounds of that one. And then when you've completed, just lie back down again in Shavasana. And check in if you're in Shavasana now. Check in with your body. And throughout the practices, we have focused on each chakra in terms of asanas. We focused on Muladhara, which is the root chakra with the one-legged prayer pose. We focused on Swadhisthana, which is the sacral chakra with our squatting posture. We focused on Manipur at the navel with our boat pose, which is also a balancing posture. We focused on Anahat, the heart chakra with the camel pose. Then we moved to Vishuddhi just then with the shoulder stand and its variation. We began cross-legged on the floor, which helped with the Ajna chakra, which is the eyebrow center. And now, in Shavasana. This is the perfect posture for Sahasrara, which is the top of the head, the crown of the head. So now bring your awareness to the natural breath and observe the natural breath at the nostrils and how it fills the abdomen with air and then the chest with air. And then on the exhalation, observe how the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. So now I want to move into some yogic breathing. But as we do it, I'd like you to visualize as you're breathing in that you are breathing through the soles of your feet and the breath moves up through the chakras. It moves to Muladhara, the root chakra, at the base of the spine, then to Svadhisthana, which is at the perineum, to Manipur at the navel, up to Anahat, the heart chakra, the Shuddhi into the throat, Agni in the third eye, the eyebrow center, and then Sahasrara at the top of the crown of the head. And then on the exhalation, it goes all back down the same way. From the crown of the head to the eyebrow center, to the throat, to the heart space, to the navel, to the perineum, and then to the base of the spine. Complete another 2 full yogic breaths in this way. And when you have done this, then just return to the natural breath. And now, prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. You may need some coverings. The body will drop in temperature as you relax. So ensure that you are warm enough and that you are comfortable so that you don't need to move throughout the practice. Lying down in Shavasana with the feet hip width apart, with all tension released, and the arms a little bit away from the body with the palms facing up. The spine is straight. The head and neck are in line with the spine. You may like to tuck your chin in just a little, just to ensure that this is the case. And there's balance between the left and the right sides of the body. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, further release the body into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any expression you may have in the face. Ensure you're not clenching your jaw or clenching the muscles behind your eyes. Just let all the expression and tension go. And notice the body's contact with the floor. Feel the body against the floor, beginning with the heels on the floor. And now feel the back of the legs against the floor. Feel the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the back against the floor. The neck and the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Listen for sounds first, way off in the distance. Don't try and identify them or name them. Just move your awareness from sound to sound as you hear them. And now move the awareness to sounds just outside the room that you are in. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And now move the awareness to sounds inside the room that you're in. And now move the awareness to sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the sound awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. And release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, leave some space for it may emerge on its own. And we'll now rotate the awareness throughout the body according to my instructions. When I repeat the name of a body part. Place your awareness there, visualize that body part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. We'll move now to the left side of the body and the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, left heel, sole of the left foot, left ankle, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. We'll move now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face, beginning with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows center, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest. The right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel. The right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin. The whole right leg the whole left leg and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Bring the awareness now back to the natural breath. The natural breath has now become very subtle. Observe the natural breath at the nostrils. And also observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. We'll now add a visualization to the natural breath. On the inhalation, visualize that energizing light is moving up through the chakras from the base of the spine right up to the crown of the head. And on exhalation, you are releasing anything that does not serve you, whatever that may be for you. Breathing in, energizing light, exhaling anything that does not serve you. And if the mind begins to wander, use the breath like an anchor and bring it back to the practice. So release the breath visualization now. And instead, feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day without a jacket or warm clothing. The icy wind whips through and chills you to the bone. The face is colder and the hands and the feet are colder. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on an icy winter's day. Release this feeling of coldness now, and instead replace it with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's standing in front of a roaring fire, and the fire is so hot that the face feels like it's burning up. The hands and the feet are clammy. The body's feeling hotter and hotter as heat radiates from the abdomen throughout the body. The body feels like it's standing in front of a roaring open fire. And release this feeling of heat now. And instead, exchange it with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels like it's almost like a cloud and it's about to drift away. It's so light. The body feels so light, like it's barely touching the floor. The arms feel lighter and the legs feel lighter. The torso and the head feel lighter. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, just like a cloud that it can drift away at any moment. And release this feeling of lightness now and exchange it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels like it's made out of lead and it's pressing against the floor. It's so heavy. The arms feel heavier and the legs feel heavier. The torso and the head feel heavier. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, and so heavy that it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Release all of these sensations completely, and instead come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize and create the following objects and images. Bring your awareness down to Muladhara chakra, the root chakra at the base of the spine, and see in this space bright red, fiery red in color. And in this space, you feel safe. This is a space of safety. Moving up slightly now to Svadhisthana, which is in the perineum, and its color is orange. Beautiful orange light washes over you in this area, and you are feeling creative and joyful. This is the space of joy. And moving now up to Manipur, into the navel, and this is a space of golden yellow light. Golden yellow light is throughout the navel area. And this is the space where you honor yourself. This is the space for self-honor. Moving up now to the heart space in Anahat. And Anahat is colored with green, beautiful, lush, vibrant green. And this is where you feel love. At this moment, you feel deeply loved, and you feel love for everything around you. Moving up now to Vishuddhi, to the throat space. Throat space is colored in blue. Beautiful blue light at the throat space. And in this space is where you believe your voice matters. This is where you know deep down in your heart that your voice matters. Moving now up to Ajna, the third eye, the eyebrow center. Indigo light pulsates in the third eye. And in this space again, you know to trust your intuition. This is the space for intuition. Beautiful indigo light. And now we reach the peak of Sahasrara at the crown of the head. The crown of the head is colored in violet light. Violet light shines at the crown of the head, and in this space you feel pure peace. Pure peace. And now release the violet light from the crown of the head. but feel all the feelings that we've gone through in this practice and continue to take them throughout your day away from the mat. And now call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, leave some space because sometimes it can emerge on its own. And begin to feel the breath now in the body. Allow the breath to deepen just a little. And as you do this, observe how the breath creates movement and it pushes the back against the floor. And check in through your body now, just to ensure how you're feeling now compared to when you began the practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room that you are in. Remember the color of your mat, the color of your clothing, the color of the walls and the floor. Begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. And remember the time of day. Begin to make small movements with your fingers and your toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. Begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to gently move your head from side to side or roll onto your right side for a few moments. And in your own time, get ready to come up to a comfortable sitting position. But move very slowly and mindfully, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, aiming to maintain the peace that you have created. And gently moving the awareness now up through the body like we did at the beginning of the practice, up through the soles of the feet and into the legs, up through the buttocks, up through the fingers and the hands, into the arms, to the shoulders, up through the torso and into the spine, right up through the spine and into the neck, into the face and the back of the head, the crown of the head, and then to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the class. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.